How's everybody doing tonight? Enjoying it so far? I know I am. So I'm here to talk about vulnerability, which is easy with really bright lights. Because I can't see any of you, and it's great. So I'm going to just ask, who here thinks that vulnerability and weakness are the same thing? Raise your hands. Wait, wow, nobody? Wow. Well, that's good, because, oh. Okay, all of you? Awesome. So I do a podcast every week. It's called Distilled. Check it out on iTunes. We talk about a lot of things, product development, but we're really real, and that's something I want to talk about here tonight. I hope to change the minds of the people who put your hands up. Failure is a scary word, isn't it? I think we all have a visceral reaction to it, like the hair pulling out of your skin as you tear that bandage off. And no matter how many times you practice, in that moment, your timing is off, sending you to the ground in punishing defeat. There I was, 30 years old, on top of the world. If you've ever heard hipsters refer to enterprisey software, well, that's what I was building for the man. I was fat, I was rich, but I wasn't happy. So I started my own business. Now, this is an artist's representation of my sanity during that period. Expert work, really. The artist, I mean, not me. I sucked at running a business. But I did learn something about something called the project management triangle, which is good, fast, cheap, pick two. You don't get to pick all three. You don't. And I think there's some interesting parallels here with something we all face in our daily lives, which doesn't look like this. It's fat, sad, broke. Pick at least one. Now, I was an overachiever, and I picked two. I never picked three, not that much of an overachiever. But I think if you invert this, you see something very different. And that is fit, happy, rich. And these are things we can actually all have, all three. It's okay, with a little perspective. Now, I know it sounds a little sociopathic, but you're allowed to redefine the adjectives in your life to suit your needs. For example, I think we should change the meaning of rich to the ability to be generous without hesitation. When I look back, yeah, thank you. Oh, I guess you agree. When I look back on those enterprisey times, I feel blessed to be able to spend money so freely. And happiness is easy enough to envision, right? I mean, people put pictures of places they'll never go, full of people they'll never meet on their desktops as motivation. Well, those people are kidding themselves. Happiness is an attitude. You try telling this guy to clean up and straighten up and, whatever. He won't even notice you. He's too happy. So how do we find this kind of self-love? Well, by being vulnerable. But it doesn't have to be scary, although it will be for the next minute or two, because this is real. I'll give you a fair warning. On my birthday in 2012, I died, or at least my ego did. I drank some beer 20 miles away and drove home. And I remember feeling really tired as I got on the highway, but I don't recall the accident that produced these photos. And the first time I saw the car afterwards, I was horrified. I thought, how did the airbag go off? I don't remember having a passenger. Why would the airbag go off if there wasn't a passenger? I was freaking out. But it's okay, because no one was hurt, and that's really, I'm thankful for that. But as fate would have it, over the months that followed, I lost my cat and then 2 grandparents. And during the process, I fell in love with an amazing woman who would remind me that my superpower is empathy. And over the next year, it was a gift. I was fit, I was happy. I wasn't rich, but I thought, it was on its way. I took a job with a startup. Risky, I know, but, well, I thought it would go well. But instead, I found myself reaching up for the handles of my parachute, knowing there's nothing left to slow me down if this doesn't work, only to find a comically large pair of scissors cutting the lines. It was as if I was standing on a pile of carpets, and someone was just pulling them out from underneath me, one by one at a time. I thought it was supposed to be turtles all the way down. I don't know how long the carpet will last. And it wasn't until I was truly lost with certain inevitable calamity calling me a punk bitch that I realized I can redefine those adjectives. Now, in this scene from the Avengers, Bruce Banner tells Tony Stark, "You're lucky. You have armor to protect you. When I'm out there, I'm exposed like a nerve." Well, sure, armor can protect you, but it also isolates you. So I say, cast off your armor, be vulnerable, and it might not be always easy or convenient or comfortable, but let's be honest, mud is so much more fun to wear, isn't it? Thank you very much.